Okay, let's go ahead and get things started. Jason, I'll turn it over to you and do some intros.
Right, thanks, Josh. Hello everyone. My name is Jason Smith, and I'm the Business Development Manager here at LendingPad. And today we have some special guests joining us here from Aduvo, our valued partners, and our mission to revolutionize marketing strategies for the mortgage industry. And so, please welcome Josh Bopp, CEO of Aduvo, who will be shedding light on the innovative solutions they offer. And we're also joined by Travis Lewis, who oversees new accounts at Aduvo, and also Matthew Vaughn, a product specialist on the team. And so together, Aduvo and LendingPad are dedicated to creating a more streamlined approach to marketing, and we're thrilled to have them with us today. And so without further ado, I'll pass it over to Josh to deep dive into what they have in store for us. So with that, Josh, I will hand it over to you.
Thanks, Jason. Really appreciate the warm intro and appreciate everybody joining this morning. Again, my name is Josh Bopp. I'm CEO, founder of Aduvo. We have Travis Lewis, who will be manning the Q&A chat. So at any point, if you have a question throughout the deck, by all means, feel free to post it in the question section, and Travis will get that answered for you. And I'm going to give you a little PowerPoint walkthrough of what we built and why we built it. And then Matthew will give you a live demo of the product. We're not going to take too much of your time this morning. This whole thing should take 20, 25 minutes, and we'll let you get back to your day. We know you are all busy. So with that, I'm going to go off camera just so you can see my deck a little bit better. And we will get started. All right, so the goal. Why did we build Aduvo? And I'm assuming most of you are here today for this reason, which is to establish an effective marketing program and get that going. The why behind it, right? So the first piece of that is sending timely and professional communications to your borrowers and realtors, right? But why? Why do you care? We all know we should do it, but what's that underlying reason underneath it? First and foremost, it's to build better relationships, right? Getting timely and professional communications out to your borrowers or realtors establishes you as that financial authority in the transaction. And really leads to the next piece, which is creating happier clients, right? Both on the borrower and realtor front, getting those timely professional communications in front of those borrowers and realtors, in addition to improving your standing with those folks, just gives them a better experience throughout the loan process and post-close, right? And the net of it, it's more leads, right? That's why we're all here. That's why we establish marketing programs. And most people that are frustrated with marketing programs really are frustrated with the lack of lead generation. And we have built Aduvo specifically to solve these needs. So what's in the market today? First, many of you already use mortgage-specific or general-purpose CRMs. Most, if not all, have a marketing component to them. Some are effective, some are not. They're good at some things and not so good at others, and I'll go through those in just a moment. Many of you don't have those and simply just manually send emails and text messages to the borrowers and realtors with a loan status, with a birthday, with maybe new loan program that you're offering. And it works, right? I mean, Outlook, Gmail, phones, they work. They're hard, but they work. Also, many of you use mass market email marketing solutions such as MailChimp or Constant Contact. Again, they've got their pluses and minuses, and we'll go through those in just a moment, but they certainly are effective at getting the word out once you have them up and running, or nothing, right? You know, many of you here today because you're not doing any of these things and really would like to start, and you're just not sure where to start. So the problem with those solutions as we see them, or really as our prospects and customers have shared with us through the years, is that today's solutions just don't solve the right marketing needs, right? And those tend to go into four basic categories that we hear again and again and again, and some variation of these for each of those solutions I mentioned in the prior slide. First and foremost is no automation, right? So that some will sell themselves as automated marketing. Many won't. They'll let you know that right up front, you have to spend the time and get onboarded. That can take weeks or months, spend the time to build content, schedule content. But that far and away is the biggest complaint that we hear from people that move to Aduvo or learn more about Aduvo. Second is they're complicated and expensive, right? So if you're buying them for marketing automation, but they do many other things, those other things can get in the way, right? And I already mentioned long setup times, but you're also paying for features that you're not using or not using to their fullest extent because you didn't buy it for that reason. Third is lack of relevant content, right? Especially on the mass market side, such as a Constant Contact or just using Outlook, is you don't have the content that's specific to your industry. Maybe there's templates for banking or real estate or some kind of loan management, but they're not mortgage marketing specific content, and they're certainly not checked for compliance. And last is lack of LendingPad integration, right? So some of the mortgage specific CRMs certainly do have this feature. Some don't, and really none of the mass market solutions have those integrations in place. It just means the work on your side is a lot, right? You've got to do exports and imports, and it's never up to date, and it's just a challenging problem to overcome. So what we built is a system that truly automates your marketing and is tightly integrated with LendingPad. So let me just kind of step through what makes it different. So first, we are purpose built for mortgage professionals. This is the only industry that we serve. Every feature, every function, every piece of content that we built is for your industry. We also have very quick setup times, and that's, I think, one of our core differentiators. I'm going to kind of go through what setup looks like here in just a moment. We also have a very simple interface. So you'll see that here in just a bit from Matthew, but there are very few screens that you have to learn. And in many cases, you don't even have to use Aduvo. We'll show you that in just a moment too. We have a very tight LendingPad integration. So we have a couple hundred data points synced with our very good partner LendingPad. We bring in all your old loans. We keep all your new loans up to date in Aduvo. And then last is we have true set it and forget it campaigns. So I'll go through that here in just a minute too. But we are meant to be a truly automated solution that post deployment, if you don't want to log into Aduvo again, you don't have to. So what do we do? So the first thing that we do on the content side is we create it, right? So we've got hundreds of email and text messaging templates that we have written, and those were written by industry professionals who know mortgage, who know marketing, and you don't have to think about it. We then send that to an external team to check for compliance. So you don't have to worry about, did this message meet specific regulations in New Jersey or California or Arizona? We've done that for you. We also test deliverability, right? So what's this look like in Outlook? What's this look like on phone? Will it get through spam blockers as best that it possibly can? We then build your list, right? So if this is for example, realtor newsletter, we have pre-built that in our campaign itself. So you don't have to log into Aduvo and figure out who's a realtor, who's a borrower, who's a loan officer. We built all of those lists for you. And then we set the schedule. So if this is a loan status campaign, for example, when the application taken date is today, send the message. Just a quick example. But our campaigns have completely managed that whole process for you. So during onboarding, really all you're doing is reviewing that content with our product specialist, deciding which campaigns you want to turn on and turning them on. You don't have to do any of the heavy lifting. We've done that for you. So what campaigns do we have? Real-time loan status alerts, far and away our most popular. Certainly important when volumes get up again, but maybe a little less important now as you're trying to generate new business. But we also offer birthdays, a monthly newsletter to both the borrower and the realtor. We have lead nurture campaigns, holidays, loan anniversaries, and other post-close campaigns. The real-time loan status alerts, again, definitely the most popular, and certainly the most popular on the realtor side. They love getting those text messages with loan status. They don't have to call you, email you with what that status is. All right, so let me go through just a couple of quick differentiators in action. So I want to go through how you onboard with us, because it is very, very, very fast and easy. First, you sign up on our website for a trial. You're going to get an invite within 24 hours that your site has been built, and you go through a little onboarding section, right? It's what's your name, what's your address, how do you send messages out today, so on and so forth. Just a series of questions that we ask you. Once you finish that, we then work behind the scenes with LendingPad, and we bring in all of your historical loan data, and we establish that real-time sync going forward. So that happens over the course of a day or two, where we're going to bring in those hundreds or thousands of tax loans that you've got directly into Aduvo. And then you schedule a call with our product specialist, and that product specialist walks you through our most popular campaigns. You decide which ones that you want to enable, and that's it. You're live. So these typically happen inside of a week, and your time involvement is really 15 to 30 minutes, right? So, there's a little bit of work that we do in the background for you, but in under a week, you have a live email and text messaging marketing system in place. And then let's just see it in action, and then I'll hand it over to Matthew. So everybody should be familiar with this screen. This is just a main LendingPad welcome page here. And if we were going to start a new loan in LendingPad, we're kind of watching what you're doing, right? So you're going to input some borrower information, you're going to input some loan information, input a little bit of realtor information, and status it, right? So, okay, I just took the application, or maybe it's an update to pre-approval, pre-qual. That's it. You hit the save button. Within a few seconds, Aduvo is going to receive that information from LendingPad. We're going to look at it, figure out what the heck's going on with that, and then we're going to execute and schedule messages and emails. Excuse me, text messages. So in that example I just gave of just starting a new loan, we would have sent a application completed email to the borrower. We would have sent an application completed text message to the realtor. We would have automatically enrolled that borrower in our monthly newsletter, and we would have automatically enrolled the realtor in the monthly newsletter, both the buyer's and seller's agent. We would have also triggered a happy birthday on that borrower's birthday because you input that information as part of the loan application process. And that's all from just working normally in LendingPad, right? So you didn't log into Aduvo doing those things. You did that at time of onboarding with us in that 15-minute onboarding call. And if you want to make your own content, great. Matthew will show that here in just a moment. But many of our happiest customers just simply turn on all of our default campaigns. We have several dozen to pick from, and work in your LendingPad system day in and day out. And that's it. Never get back into Aduvo again, and we're going to do the heavy lifting for you in the background. If you want to build your own campaigns, great, no problem. I'm going to turn that over to Matthew. So Matthew can give you a very quick walkthrough of Aduvo and show you how you might build a example campaign.
Okay. You hear me all right?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Yep.
Okay.
Yep, we can hear.
All right. Here we go. Hello, everyone. I'm Matt. I will be demoing the platform today. Now that you've seen how the product works from Josh, I'll be demonstrating how to build some content from scratch so that you can see how to create custom emails and campaigns. We'll be creating a campaign and email template, but first, I just want to take a quick look at the dashboard, some navigation options just to familiarize you with the platform a little bit. We have up here the marketing piece. This is where you'll be creating, editing, and managing your campaigns and emails. Pretty simple. People and loans here. This is where you can create new lists, look at contact information, loans integrated from your LOS, and create filters for your contact data. Over here, you have a drop down for your user profile, company profile, users. These two will really only be available if you're the admin on the site. You have a LO in here as a single user, he'll just have access to this profile section here. Let's go ahead and jump into the marketing piece now. Do recommended. Second to load. Okay. So here's some of the templates. Should look familiar to some of the slides that Josh showed. These are the pre-built templates. These are the ones we keep updated. You don't have to come in here if you wanted to. You could just enable it once, and you don't have to come back in here again. Up to you on that. So all you'd have to do, you could preview it. Say, hey, I like this birthday campaign. Don't really want to make any changes to it. It's good to go. So all you have to do is come in here, click this plus, this button here, activate it, and you're good to go. You're done. That's all you'd have to do if you would just want to use the Aduvo-owned campaigns. Now, let's say, for example, you want to create your own, or you're interested in doing a targeted campaign to some of your contacts. We'll go ahead and create an email template up here. I've already have one filled out, so you would just fill out this information here, go down the subject line, etc., and hit next content down here. That would create a email template. I have one created in advance, so we don't have to spend too much time there. We go in here, edit. Here's the screen that you'd end up on after creating that email template. Pretty straightforward editor. It's all containerized, so if you want to go in here and click this container where it says webinar demonstration welcome, gives you a bunch of options up here for your font, everything you would like to change, kind of like any other text editor you would use. Change whatever you like. There's a couple other options here in blocks. Definitely gives you the ability to customize it how you'd like. For the demonstration, let's just use an image here. Okay. So I drag and dropped the image container onto the template, and all you have to do here is click on the container, and it will come up with an option with some pre-built, already imported images that you can add in. So let's just click this one. All right. So now that that's in there, it'll give you a couple options on the left-hand side. So you can go in here and edit. You can change the scale, the vertical, you can change the width, you can lower it, change the alignment. A couple options in here. Again, just however you'd like it. There's some options for how it would show up on mobile on the element side. Some other structures, things you can add in. But let's go ahead and say that this is what you're looking for, and that's good to go. So we'll just press save here. Okay. And now that we have a template saved in the system, we can go ahead and go into people and loans. And let's say, for example, you want to reach out to a specific subset of contacts. You can come in here. You can see our test data in here shows 336 results. Say we wanted to filter down to target people, let's say on a note rate. Let's do is greater than, let's say just 6% for demo purposes. Go ahead and hit apply. And this will show everyone in your system that's integrated into Aduvo that has a 6% note rate or greater. You can also add additional filters if you wanted to narrow it a little bit more. Let's go ahead and do loan status. And let's do closed date is, let's see, is not blank. So that would mean the close date in your LOS is filled out. So it means that it is actually a closed file and not one that's in processing. So we'll go ahead and apply that. So we got 2 filters applied. It's giving us 81 results now. So these are 81 clients with a note rate greater than 6% and their file is closed. Now, all you have to do to reach out to these clients is save that list for yourself. Let's go ahead and just name this webinar list. Save that. And now all you have to do, come up here, extend campaign. We'll go ahead and fill out some campaign greater than 6%. Go ahead and just throw this into, let's just do the testing. This is how you can select who in your system can use it. If you want to be the only one to use it, or if you want to give this to a specific group in your system, you can do that. That means they would be able to go into their Aduvo sign-in and enable it, disable it. It also only go out for them if you have them enabled in the site. Here's how you select who it would go out from. If you want it to go out from the loan officer on the file, or alternatively, if you have different contact owners from the loan officer, you can use that as well. Okay. Here is where you select the list that we just created. It's going to be auto-selected because we came here from the people and loan section, but you can see here, this is the list that we just created, webinar list. To recipients, this allows you to decide within that list. This one's a little bit more narrowed down because it's a note rate list. But let's say if you had something more broad and you wanted to narrow it down to just the borrower and co-borrower and didn't want anything going out for your agents, you can do that as well. Just select that there. Users, you can select a type of user to receive a copy of it as well. So you could send it out to the loan officer on the file. CC, BCC, the usual stuff there. Go next. And here is where we will add the template that we created. I'll just go ahead and head into my content just to filter it out. And you can see there's the image we selected. You can preview it here as well. Right. You just add it to the campaign and then you select next. Here is where you'll set the schedule. Pretty straightforward scheduler. You have a one-time or repeating, depending on the campaign. You can select here. For this one, probably be a one-time. It's just a one-time out to the clients. You have a couple options here. These are a little bit more in depth. So if you have things going up for holidays, etc., you can do that. But for this case, we'll just go custom date, send it out once on, let's say, the 16th, which will be tomorrow at 11 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. Save. Yes, I want to save it. Here we go. Go ahead and hit next. And it will ask you if you want to activate it. If you have some other, you don't want to activate it yet, maybe you want to add a couple things to it later on the line. You don't have to activate it now. You can just hit continue editing or activate there. And that will automatically enable it for you. Let's go ahead and campaigns here. Okay. Here is the campaign. So you can see this is the message we added. It'll have the schedule down here and everything for you. You can re-edit it if you'd like with this button here. There's a couple options here. You can preview it, send yourself a test email. There's some stats up here to keep track of how it's been performing. There's some further information you can go into on that in the report area. If you have multiple different types of templates in your campaign, it gives you a better outlook of everything that's been going out. There's also a message log. This will give you more information on who received it. It'll also give you the activity. Let's say it bounced, if it was dropped, if maybe it's an old email that doesn't exist anymore, or maybe they opened it. You can see all of that. So you can keep track of who opened it, etc. You can even come up here and add a filter on the status type of who opened it. And you can actually market to the people that opened it as well if you want to get even more targeted. And so it lets you kind of go into detail of who you'd want to market to, kind of narrow it down to what you like. So that essentially concludes this demonstration of how to create a template and campaign from scratch. Please feel free to use that Q&A chat if you have any questions, and we'll get them answered for you. Thank you.
All right, let me get back to my PowerPoint here. I'll give a couple of wrap-up slides and we'll let you get back to work. Just trying to find the right button for it here. Here we go. Okay. So thank you, Matthew. That was a great overview. A couple of just quick things I want to touch on. Again, I think one of our differentiators is our price point and also how we price. So we charge $99 per loan officer, but we don't charge for anybody else. So assistants, marketing managers, owners, branch managers, all of those folks are free in our system. If you originate, we charge for that. And there's two ways to pay. So obviously the company can pay for all those subscriptions, but we also have the ability to do individual subscriptions within a tenant. So if a particular individual in an organization wants to use Aduvo, they can pay for that themselves or within a branch, so on and so forth. And in conclusion, just kind of re-highlighting how we kick things off, which is how we solve your market needs, or at least how we view that we're different maybe than those other systems in the market. First and foremost, hands down, is the most important look through automation, right? So as Matthew pointed out, once these things are set, you truly do forget, right? You don't have to log back into Aduvo next Tuesday, a month from now, 6 months from now to keep things up to date, managed, and flowing. You just need to work in LendingPad. That's it. We also have simple and cost-effective on the interface and the pricing. So as Matthew showed you, there's not a lot to the product, right? And we're not trying to overcomplicate, confuse those on the call today with how to send messages, how to build campaigns. We try to put a system together that is extremely straightforward and built for mortgage professionals. And we know that this is not the only thing that you do in your day. So try to really simplify things, both in the interface itself and the cost structure. Last is relevant content. And again, we keep that content refreshed. We're constantly adding things to the library, but to kick things off, you have a couple hundred pieces to pick from, and those are built into dozens of campaigns, vetted for compliance, mortgage specific, everything that you want in your marketing system. And then that tight LendingPad integration, right? So you don't have to worry about getting data into Aduvo initially, and you don't have to worry about keeping that data up to date going forward. So why are we doing this, right? So again, to recap, stronger relationships with your borrowers and realtors, trying to make for happier clients along the process, and really just driving more leads with less effort, right? So your inbox will be filled with opportunities you did not have by deploying Aduvo, simply by ensuring that you get those timely, professional communications in front of your borrowers and realtors. So what's next? So you can visit us at aduvo.com and start a free trial. Everybody gets a 90-day free trial of Aduvo. We think the product sells itself, and the best way to do that is to offer that to you at no cost upfront, so you could see this thing in action. If you'd like to book a more in-depth consultation with myself or Travis, you can do that by clicking on the demo link also on our website. And if you're not the decision maker today, if you like what you saw, but you're a loan officer, a branch manager, someone that can't quite pull the trigger on all of this, we also have a dedicated page called Empower Your Team on our site that is built for that decision maker to really kind of summarize the high points of why that individual would add Aduvo to the product set that they're offering inside the company. We'll also be sending a follow-up email to everybody later today, first thing tomorrow. I forget exactly when it's scheduled. It has these same links in the message itself. So just to make that much easier, but you're certainly welcome to visit us at aduvo.com to start that right away if you so choose. You can visit us at aduvo.com. Phone numbers here on the screen, and feel free to email us. So we'd love to hear from you. We'll hang out here for a few minutes just to make sure everybody's questions get answered, but I sure appreciate the opportunity to show everybody Aduvo today, and we look forward to serving your marketing needs. Thank you, everybody. I'm going to go on mute and stay here for a few minutes to get those Q&As answered. Have a great day.